Black Power. Peace and Black Power. This is Underground Warrior TV. If this is your first time coming into my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Mash up the like, share the video. Make sure you hit that bell at the bottom down there so you'll always be in the crosshairs every time I drop one of these videos. You're going to get that notification. I think you will. I don't know about YouTube now. You know, I'm the most hated on YouTube. You know, they keep me at a muffle. You know what I'm saying? That means they keep me not in rotation, you know. But it's all good, though. I'm going to keep on spitting the truth and spitting the real and keep banging on that beast because that's what I know how to do. And that's what I do. We're going to go right on in on this particular subject tonight because this is very important. Pay attention, black people, to what's going on. We as a people, we always have a small margin for error. No matter what we do, we're going to be judged because we are black people. And when we do things, people will add on, subtract, embellish certain situations. You feel what I'm saying? Lie on you, to railroad you, frame you. You know what I'm saying? I want to speak on one of my friends that's locked up, one of my brothers in the struggle that's locked up on death row since 1995 for something he didn't even do. And a prison riot that happened April 11th, 1993. Keith LAMAR has been sentenced on death row for 30 years for something he didn't do. It's time for the world to know that this brother is innocent. We have to do something to get this brother out. In fact, my investigation, it may be out of the 5 people that were convicted in this Lucasville riot, all 5 may be scapegoats because these people in Lucasville prison hated these particular inmates. And these particular inmates are very intelligent, good with the penmanship. So when you write grievances and file lawsuits against the prison for better living conditions, you become enemy number one. So when that riot popped off, these five people that I personally know are locked up on death row for something they may be innocent of in Ohio. Let's talk about Keith LAMAR. Here's a man that was on the yard when the riot started. He wasn't inside of the prison. Other inmates gave these statements to law enforcement, and law enforcement kept this particular evidence out of the court proceedings. This evidence was kept out of the court proceedings. Prosecution. The prosecutor of this case is very vile, very racist. How in the hell you allowed to keep witnesses from testifying in the behalf of Keith LAMAR, that Keith LAMAR was on the yard when the riot took place? So let me get this right. Out of 400 inmates, they say, took over this prison, you only got 5 convicted? Jailhouse snitches were allowed to give testimony to get the hell out of Lucasville? I've been in Lucasville. Every conduct report that you catch in Lucasville keeps you at Lucasville. It's a maximum security penitentiary. At one point, they wasn't giving out paroles unless you was up out of Lucasville. How in the hell black inmates gonna go through racist Lucasville without catching lying conduct reports? This is a hell of a penitentiary. I've been there. It's real racist, and they make up stuff. I've been a victim of being beat in Lucasville. Before the riot, did the officers in the administration tell the world how they kill inmates and beat inmates? By the way, this riot started because they was trying to give the Muslims a TB shot. TB shot is like giving a Muslim alcohol. So not only did the riot start behind the TB shot, the racism, the foul conditions in which one lived in. So if you file grievances and no one was a troublemaker just for filing grievances in the penitentiary, filing lawsuits when a riot starts, they're going to pick you out. How in the hell is 400 inmates, hundreds of inmates started this riot, and you only got 5 convicted? 5 convicted? Keith LAMAR is convicted of killing 4 inmates based on a snitch. One of the snitches is from my city. And he only did that to get out of the prison, to get somewhere near a homosexual. People were trying to get out of Lucasville. Lucasville is a death camp. So they would say anything. Those snitches would say anything to get out of Lucasville. Please free Keith LAMAR. He was deprived of a fair trial. When the prosecutor withheld exculpatory evidence, including eyewitness statements that could prove Keith LAMAR did not commit the crimes that led to the death of 4 inmates. How can you be in 2 places at one time? This is black magic. If Keith LAMAR did this while he was on the yard, if he gave a command while he was on the yard, then this is black magic. He wasn't even near where the 4 inmates came up, subsequently killed. It was 400, hundreds and hundreds of inmates taking over the prison. How in the hell you concluded down to the Keith LAMAR? "29, 30 years being on death row, being beaten by the police, not call the police, the COs of police in there, being beat by the correctional staff, deprivation, humiliation, starvation, dehumanization. This brother is going through hell on death row. Of course, Keith is locked up for someone trying to rob him in a shootout. He got in a shootout with the people who try to rob him. He was convicted of that. Let him do his time on that. He should have got parole. Let's free Keith because he did not do this. We got to petition the governor. They was going to kill, and I'm going to say assassinate, because when you kill an innocent man, you assassinate him. You delete him. You was going to kill Keith LAMAR November of 2023. But somehow the ancestors must be hearing us. God must be seeing the truth. Now his execution date has moved up to 2027. I want to say 2027. That gives us enough time to work towards getting this brother out. You got to petition and write Mike DeWine, the governor of Ohio. We have to get this brother out. This brother did not do the things they said he did. I know this brother personally. I remember when this brother boxed in Lebanon Correctional Facility. I met the brother behind bars. This is a good brother. This is a good brother. We have to sign a petition to get this brother out of penitentiary. He deserves to be at home with his loved ones. It's a shame that Lucasville still playing these racist games. I was in Lucasville. You can't tell me about Lucasville. I know the games they play. See, what it is, it's the pressure of the white supremacists of Sauda County. I know about Lucasville, the racism, the Ku Klux Klan that run that penitentiary. Let's talk about the murders of John Haynes that happened at Lucasville Penitentiary. What about the countless of brothers who died because the white supremacist guards gave the white Aryan Brotherhood knives that killed black men in Lucasville? Let's talk about the setups of officers raping a man's sister who came to visit him. Let's talk about the correctional staff mistreatment of convicts. They caused a riot in Lucasville. And just because a man sits behind a pen and write grievances and file lawsuits against the administration of the prison system in Lucasville, when the riot jumped, I'm not dumb. When the riot jumped, you blame these 5 individuals out of 400, maybe 500 to 1,000 motherfuckers taking over Lucasville. How the fuck you gonna pin this on Keith LAMAR? Free Keith LAMAR, man. Free my motherfucking road dog, man. Free Keith LAMAR off death row. That got the wrong man. Inconsistent testimony of paid informants secured the conviction by an all-white jury. How in the hell you gonna get some justice with an all-white jury? How in the hell Mike DeWine gonna look at this case and look at the petition and look at the evidence and not free this brother? If this brother is executed in 2007, it was reprieve here not too long ago and pushed to 2007. They was going to execute this brother for no reason, an innocent man, November 16th, 2023. But it was reprieve by the governor due to a pharmaceutical situation of them allocating the drug, this cocktail, to put down, I call it put down, kill, delete people. You know, some people may deserve to die for the things that they did. But if you didn't do anything, why die for something you didn't do? It just don't make no sense that someone could be on death row for 30 years for something they didn't do. They don't have concrete evidence. When you don't have DNA, forensic, or nothing linking this brother just on hearsay. I mean, that's crazy that someone could say he gave an order to kill somebody. If I'm guilty of a crime and I know that y'all just want this individual, all I gotta do is say they did it because you really don't want me, you want him. And this is what happened with Keith LAMAR, and it's a shame that he's sitting on death row and the state of Ohio is sitting back letting this happen. This show you this is a Republican state, a racist state. Exonerate this brother Keith LAMAR. Please, y'all, look this up and petition for the freedom of Keith LAMAR. When you look up Keith LAMAR, I want y'all to look this up. Look up my brother Keith LAMAR and petition Mike DeWine, because I'm putting mine in. And then after we work on Keith LAMAR, we can work on the other folk. I know George Skates, the white guy that say killed some people. I know these people. George Skates don't even come off like he would do something like that. It was weird being around these these genuine people who had compassion, even on death row. Hassan, that brother spoke politely, and he will always have respect for the guards. These well-spoken individuals been picked. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. My homeboy, Jason Robb, I spoke with him. He an Aryan Brotherhood. He don't come off like the way they perceive him in court. Something's wrong with this situation. The math don't add up. We need to look into this shit. This is Ohio. I'm from Ohio. This is a racist motherfucker. It's a weird motherfucker, man. You know, these particular 5 people stood behind that law and filed grievances and lawsuits against Lucasville. And that's the only reason why these smart individuals that can use their minds are being held on death row unfairly, unjustly. We have to free these brothers. But first of all, we got to get Keith LAMAR, y'all. Y'all got to sign a petition because we know for a fact Keith LAMAR was on the yard during the people who was inside, you know, tearing the place up. They was rioting. That was them. Keith was on the yard. We got to get Keith out, then we can work on the other 4. Hey, man, petition Mike DeWine. He is the governor of Ohio. And to be had to free Keith LAMAR. Peace and black power. Peace and black power.